It's time to change your settings immediately here in Modern Warfare 2 Season 6. I'm going to be going over the new best settings that you guys can use to improve your aim, accuracy, and gun skill here in multiplayer. I'm also going to give you some settings in preparation for Modern Warfare 3's beta and official release. If that sounds good, make sure you drop a like on the vid, subscribe to the channel, and those post notifications. Let me know down in the comment section right now, what are your current sensitivity settings you guys are rocking currently? I can guarantee you you're gonna make some changes and see some improvements. All right, as you guys can see here, I play with an Xbox Elite controller on PC with one paddle on the back set up for jumping. But don't fear, these settings are gonna work no matter what controller or console you guys are playing on. Now, under the button layout, we are gonna rock tactical. Tactical is the absolute best. No ifs, ands, ors, or buts about it. Fight me down in the comment section. The best button layout to play on. It's gonna remap your crouch and prone button, allowing you to perform a drop shot without having to move your fingers, and at the same time, we're gonna be able to get in and out of cover a lot faster, keeping us alive to secure those higher gun streaks and obviously those MGB nukes. So make sure you guys go ahead and make the change. Even with controllers that have paddles on the back like mine, I'm still running tactical button layout. It's that beneficial. Now, what you're also gonna see here is my controller vibration is turned off. This is a setting that I personally disable because I don't wanna have any type of vibration, any type of stick play that's gonna throw off my long range combat capability. So this is something that you guys are gonna turn off, never turn it back on, or turn it off and find you actually like the vibration and decide to keep it. This is one of those settings where it's kind of personal preference. Now, what is not personal preference is the sensitivity. If you guys are struggling, and I'm talking about struggling with those medium to long range gunfights, you're going to want to have your sensitivity in the range between a 4 and a 6. This is gonna be what I like to call the sweet spot. It's fast enough, but it's not too fast. You can still perform drop shots, turning on people, just overall maneuvering around the map, being a movement guy, someone that's not sitting in the back of the spawn. You can maneuver and get things done with between a 4 and a 6 sensitivity, man. This is gonna be great, allowing you to stay on the swivel, but at the same time, not completely throwing off your aim and accuracy. Now, 6.6 is gonna be perfect in my personal opinion. Now, if you guys are still struggling with a 6.6, I recommend you guys going ahead and bumping that down to a 4 and making your way up. You are going to find that sweet spot within that 4 and 6 sensitivity range. I did, and I absolutely love it. When this game first came out, I started on a 4.4 and I made my way up to a 6.6, and I have fallen in love with these settings. Now, to go ahead and help out the long range capability, again, being able to take people out at those medium longer ranges, because everything is not at close ranges. Anybody taking somebody out close range, it's long range where people are falling short. You're gonna want to adjust your ADS sensitivity in multiplayer to 0.75. It comes at 1 by default. This is gonna go ahead and mitigate a lot of the stick play in your controller, so you'll be more accurate and have sticky aim at longer ranges. This bundled with that sweet spot, that 4.4 or that 6.6 sensitivity window at 0.75 is gonna be amazing. It's gonna be hard to miss shots. I highly recommend making this change right now. It's Season 6 of Modern Warfare 2. You best believe this is going to apply within Modern Warfare 3, so you're gonna get a nice head start. Again, everything else is gonna be pretty much the same here. I've not messed with any of these settings. Personally, I would not mess with any of these as well. They're all perfectly fine out the box. The only thing that I have actually went ahead and changed here is I have automatic tactical sprint turned on. This is simply allowing me to get around the map a little bit faster, just so I'm feeling like I'm not stuck in the mud and I can just rotate and overall go after kills and go get those nukes. So that's why I have automatic tactical sprint enabled. But again, everything else is pretty much gonna be the same. Now, under the advanced settings tab, obviously target aim assist is turned on. There's no shame at all playing with aim assist. I mean, we are using a controller, for crying out loud. Now, for my aim assist type, I like to go ahead and keep this on default. The reason I keep it on default is because at the snap of a finger, they've done it in this game twice now during its life cycle, where they've tweaked the aim assist types. I like to keep it at default because I don't want to wake up one day and having to relearn how to utilize the aim assist properly. That's something that I don't want to have happen. Black Ops was the best. It technically still is the best. It's the stickiest, but they've constantly made tweaks over the past months. I just don't want to wake up and just be completely thrown off, and I recommend you guys keeping it at default at this current juncture. Once Modern Warfare 3 does release, I will go ahead and swap to Black Ops, compare the two, and we're going to go ahead and figure out if it's as overpowered as it is in Modern Warfare 2 and how long it's going to take for them to quote unquote nerf it or patch it down. Now again, everything else is going to be pretty much the same. Aim assist response curve type for the same reasoning is on standard. I'm not going to go ahead and mess with any of these. I actually recommend you leaving this alone, especially at this current juncture, because you definitely don't want to throw off any aim assist or type of muscle memory you built up over the past couple of months. Once Modern Warfare 3 releases, that would be horrible. So go ahead and leave this at default. Same reason I'm recommending leaving aim assist type at default as well. Now for the dead zone setting, this is gonna be the one setting here that I hate to say it, but you guys are gonna have to go ahead and adjust this yourself. This is gonna be pretty much alleviating your stick drift in your controller. Now, if you have an aftermarket controller, not an OEM plus controller like an Xbox Elite, because it's still developed by Microsoft, you might have more stick drift, stick play as your controllers, you know, wear starts to go ahead and kick in. So you're gonna have to adjust that yourself. Luckily for me and for those of us that have OEM plus controllers, they are very, very durable, and I've had zero stick play with my Xbox Elite controller, and I've also had zero stick play as far as drift with my controller as well. The only stick play that I did have was with vibration. Obviously, I went ahead and disabled all that. Again, everything else is going to be turned off. Obviously, I don't have a gyro controller, so these settings are completely irrelevant here. But these are going to be all of the controller settings. I recommend you guys going ahead and adjusting right now and going forward within the Modern Warfare 3 release, just so, again, you're not waking up one day and having everything completely just shell-shocked. That would be, again, horrible. Now, under the graphics settings, we are taking a look at the view tab, which are going to be very important, and they're going to go hand in hand with your sensitivity as well as ADS sensitivity here in multiplayer. Now, for field of view, this is incredibly important. I recommend you guys getting off of the 60 default and bumping up to at least, at minimum, a 100 FOV. For me personally, I like the 120 FOV. I like to see more of my screen, and this is gonna allow me to have less visual recoil. I'm not talking about horizontal or vertical. I'm talking about the recoil that you actually see and what you're trying to control. Now, what you're gonna want to do also is go to your ADS field of view and select affected. 100 plus FOV with affected is going to be amazing, pretty much removing all visual recoil on your weapons. If you're ever wondering how people with the cast off 7.62, how people that rock the M13C or any type of high vertical recoil weapon are able to control it so easily, and it makes it seem like they have zero recoil, no recoil classes, it's because we are rocking a 100 plus FOV with the affected ADS field of view. If you guys are trying to gear up for Modern Warfare 3, I highly recommend you guys going ahead and making the change right now, because you best believe this is gonna be the settings to rock under the graphics and view tab, or if they call it the view tab, we'll say the graphics tab. These are what you're gonna go ahead and change as soon as you boot up multiplayer. Again, everything else is gonna be by default. Don't recommend changing any of these. It's not necessary. Now, quality obviously is gonna be dependent on your PC, or if you plan a console, and obviously display if you're playing on console or PC, that's going to be depending on your type of hardware. Obviously, because I make content, I play the game, I stream, make videos, I have a different setup, and obviously my settings are going to be tailored for what I need to get done and play the game to the best of its graphical capability. Now, I know we've been talking about sensitivity settings, FOV settings, controller settings. I want you guys to go ahead and adjust your audio settings as well. They don't call me ears for nothing, man, because for the audio mix, bass boost is going to be the best setting, allowing you to hear footsteps and gunfire a lot easier. You can be able to pinpoint where people are at based off footstep audio with bass boost, and also you're gonna be able to pinpoint gunfire, so you essentially have a 24/7 UAV in your ears. Now, you're probably wondering, well, what type of headset do I have to get this all done? Literally, if you bought a headset within the last 5 years, you're gonna be good to go. I have Astro A40 TRs. I bought these headsets back in Infinite Warfare, and they're still rocking. Knock on wood, but I recommend you guys going ahead and making the change to headphones bass boost. You're going to love it, because I know for a fact I do. Now, for master volume, I'm playing on 100. Obviously, I want to be able to hear everything in the game, and I don't mind the game sound effects as well. I think they're pretty good here in Modern Warfare 2. I don't expect any difference within Modern Warfare 3. And finally, we're taking a look at the interface settings. Now, these settings are, for the most part, pretty good, but there's 2 settings here you need to change immediately. Now, first off, you want to adjust your mini map shape to square. Square is not only gonna be a bigger picture, but it's also gonna be a lot easier to read and interpret, so you can find people on the map a hell of a lot easier. If you're unaware, in Modern Warfare 3, this is why I'm telling you guys to do this now, we are getting the traditional mini map back with the red dot. So this is gonna be a huge W and a plus if you get used to this now rather than later. And then finally, you do want to go ahead and adjust your stun or flash orientation. Now, what you want to do here is you want to flip the inverted flash on, so it's not going to be as annoying, and once you get flashed or you get stunned or flashed, you still have a chance in game. And that's going to be it. Overall, these settings, for the most part, like I said earlier, are good. There's just 2 settings here. You need to go ahead and make the switch ASAP. And that's it. These are going to be the absolute best settings to rock here in Modern Warfare 2 Season 6, and what you should be rocking to get ready for Modern Warfare 3's beta and official release. If this video does help you guys out, let me know down in the comment section. I'm curious to see how you guys tear it up with the new settings. If you guys enjoy, drop a like on the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications, in your boy ears. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one, man. Deuces.